Thank you, David. Always good to see pictures of arena projects that have gotten done. Too soon for that one? I don't know. Anyway. Our last presentation of the night is right beside me. Are you Brittney?
Yeah.
Hey, great. Perfect. Okay, well, we'll just do that first. Okay, we'll keep going. I'll introduce Brittney. She can take her picture. Anyway, our last presentation of the night is Brittney Le Blanc. She's an online documenter, journalist, and girl about town. And she's presenting on Bragging is Good.
No, wait. When we were little girls and boys, our parents and teachers taught us two very valuable lessons. First is that when you hold out your hands, you can tell which one is the left hand by seeing which one makes an L in front of you. The second was manners and how no one likes a bragger, or a tattletale for that matter. They tell you this so that when you get your new Gem in the Hologram doll or Power Ranger, you don't march into your kindergarten classroom and wave it around for all to see. We grew up, for the most part, being humble. We shy and calmly switch the subject when people thank us and congratulate us for things, and we don't like to be congratulated. When people talk about our city, we do very much the same thing. We say that there's a giant river valley, and then we cover it up with talk about a talus dome and potholes and snow. That's just how we were raised. But not anymore. I want you, yes you, to stop being the humble Canadian, at least when it comes to talking about our great city. We all know, and it's been a Pecha Kucha topic at least once before, that our city is not always the greatest at branding ourselves. And we think that something should be done. Someone should advertise more. Someone somewhere should notice how great of a city we live in. Heck, some people who live here should notice how great of a city we live in. When I was in San Diego a while back, I was flying there on WestJet. I pulled out one of the in-flight magazines, and I noticed that there was a whole section on Canadian cities to visit for their festivals. Now, being from Festival City, I expected Edmonton to be in there. We weren't. The Heritage Festival, however, in Halifax was. So I called up the magazine when I got home, and I said, hey, why didn't you feature Edmonton? With big, bold font and underlines and exclamation points. And they said that Edmonton had been featured previously, and I should be okay with that. But surely these people should know that they're missing out on some amazing festival coverage. I mean, we're Festival City, the city of champions. Sadly, that seems to be a secret that we like to keep to ourselves. But what can I do? I'm just an Edmontonian who's in love with our city despite its faults. That's when, over beers one night, someone pointed out to me, Brittney, there's a U in should. They're right. There is. And they weren't just correcting my horrid spelling. I'm not good like Sean. They were reminding me that if we want something to be done about this, we need to do it. So that brings me back to the fact that we're all humble Canadians, and we need to stop. We need to brag. We need to brag about our river valley, the fact that it's giant and runs through the city, our giant mall that has a full-scale Santa Maria, an amusement park, an ice palace, a water park, and a fire-breathing dragon. Brag about our arts, our technology. We need to brag about the fact that we have a giant baseball bat that we can spin. I love that baseball bat. Brag about the fact that when it's -20 outside and snowing, hundreds of us will gather in Churchill Square to watch an amazing act full of fire and whimsy and human acrobatics. Brag about the mornings on 104th Street on Saturday at the market. Meeting new friends, making new ones. That sense of community there. Brag about the times that we're the second coldest place on the entire planet. And you bundle up and you head outside and you throw boiling hot water into the air because you read somewhere that in those temperatures, it turns into snow in midair. It didn't work for me. And brag without apology. None of this apologizing for our winters or our sports teams or the fact that in the summer, no one wants to cross the river because of construction unless we can ford it like an Oregon Trail. And don't say, yeah, it's cold here in the winter, but there are no buts about it. Don't apologize. We have winter. We get to play hockey, and we get to skate, and we get to toboggan, and we have ice sculpture festivals. Brag about the fact that our city is large enough to attract huge businesses and small enough that your neighbors will help push your car out of the snowdrift when you get stuck. Walking trails where you can hike in the summer, and in the winter you can cross-country ski. We have that. A huge living local scene with farmers, urban and rural, with local businesses that people like to support. We have festivals put on by dedicated volunteers who are determined to take back their neighborhoods from negative stereotypes. We have Mac and Sharon. And they're dedicated to this city. They throw events and pop-up festivals and are on more committees for their communities than any human can possibly actually be on. And for every Mac and Sharon, there are countless others in our community, starting groups to make people feel more loved, more connected into the city, and to bring the fun back. Because is it even our city if we're not connected to it, if we don't love it, and if it's not fun? So instead of asking who should be doing something, you should. You should be yelling from the rooftops about how much you love the city. You should be tweeting about it, Facebooking about it, making videos about Edmonton's charm. It's a baseball bat. Appreciate what we have here and ask yourself what you can do to make it better. Now, I didn't come to Pecha Kucha to give you a talk about ask not what your city can do for you, because that's lame. But what don't you like about the city? What do you like about it? Talk to other people about it. Start a discussion. Make change. Create something. Compliment others who are doing incredible work. This is from the Kaleido Festival earlier this year. Christy Morin helps make that on Alberta Avenue. She does amazing things. Ashley Green makes love letters to strangers. Todd Babiak is encouraging us to make something Edmonton. The Unknown Studio highlights interesting Edmontonians on their podcast. For everyone I named, there are countless others here in our city. People who start something small and it grows bigger. And you can do it too. Ask what you can do, start your own group. You can travel and enjoy traveling. And when you travel, bring back things that can improve our city. And when people ask you where you're from, embrace that you're from Edmonton and brag. Connect to the city that you live in, put us on the map, and don't be a humble Canadian. Thank you.